Welcome to Amud Yomi. We're starting in Daf Bet Amud Aleph, בסייעתא דשמיא. ממתי קוראים את שמע בערבית? When do we read קריאת שמע at night? When is the beginning time of reading קריאת שמע? משעה שהכהנים נכנסים לאכול בתרומתם, from the moment the כהנים are permitted to eat their teruma, עד סוף האשמורה הראשונה, until the end of the first shift of the night. We're going to see in the Gemara there are either 3 or 4 shifts to the night. So until the end of the first shift, which is either until the 4th hour into the night, or until the 3rd hour into the night, that's the time that you're allowed to start. Kohanim allowed to eat, and you're allowed to start reading Kriyat Shema. When is the end time of reading Kriyat Shema? עד סוף האשמורה הראשונה, until the end of the first shift. דברי רבי אליעזר. Those are the words of Rabbi Eliezer. וחכמים אומרים, חכמים says, עד חצות, until midnight. So according to Rabbi Eliezer, it seems until the end of the first shift, and according to חכמים, until midnight. רבן גמליאל אומר, עד שיעלה עמוד השחר. The end of time of קריאת שמע, it's until dawn. So we have either until the end of the first shift, either till dawn, or
what's dawn?
The עלות השחר, the beginning of the like נץ החמה, before נץ, or till midnight. So there are 3 opinions. מעשה was the story הוא באו בניו מבית המשתה. The children of Rabban Gamliel came from a party. אמרו לו, they told them, לא קראנו את שמע, we didn't read קריאת שמע. אמר להם, אם לא עלה עמוד השחר, if it's not done yet, חייבים אתם לקרות. You have to read קריאת שמע. He extended to the following הלכות. ולא זו בלבד, not only קריאת שמע can be done until dawn in the morning, rather, לא זו בלבד אמרו, אלא כל מה שאמרו חכמים עד חצות, anything חכמים said that מצווה until midnight, מצוותן, the real מצווה is, עד שיעלה עמוד השחר, until dawn. הקטר חלבים ואיברים, which that's one of the examples, to bring fat and limbs on top of the מזבח, should be till midnight, yet מצוותן עד שיעלה עמוד השחר. You can do it until dawn. כל הנאכלים ליום אחד, anything that will be eaten for one day, special korbanot eating on one day and one night. So eating during the day and into the next night, although you need to finish by midnight, by chatzot, yet you can extend it עד שיעלה עמוד השחר. Until dawn is the end time to eat. אם כן, if so, למה אמרו חכמים בחצות? Why did חכמים say until חצות? כדי להרחיק אדם מן העבירה. In order to distance a man from doing an avera. If you're going to give an end time, people are going to take a chill, they're going to wait till the last minute. So in order to distance them, Chachamim said the right time to finish the right time, the end time of Kriyat Shema is by Chatzot, by midnight. But באמת, if you pass Chatzot, you can do it until Alot HaShachar, until dawn. And the Gemara asks, Tana hei chakai dektani me'matai. When we says me'matai is from when? Where is the Tana holding that he's asked such a question? From when what? What he was talking about just before, when he was holding to say me'matai. Vetu, and furthermore, Maishna detani ba'arvit bareisha. What's the reason we first explain the time of reading Kriyat Shema of Arvit? Litni de shacharit bareisha. Let's do first Kriyat Shema of shacharit, because the day begins with shacharit. Why do we start first the night and then in the morning? The Gemara says Tana, our Tana krakai. Our Tana goes after the pasuk. Dechtiv, he was reading the pasuk by Kriyat Shema. He says Beshoch becha uvkumecha, when you're going to sleep and when you wake up. Ve'achi ktani, this is what it says. Zman Kriyat Shema deshchiva emad. When is the time of Kriyat Shema? When you're going to sleep. משעה שהכהנים נכנסים לאכול מתרומתם, when the Kohanim are entering to eat from their truma. So the reason we talk about Arvit first, because it's referred to the pasuk which says Beshoch becha, and then uvkumecha. So first we're talking about the time when you're going to sleep, and then the time you wake up. So there first we talk Arvit, and then we talk Shacharit. Ve'ibai Teima, another answer, Yalif miBiryato shel olam. He learned it from the creation of the world. דכתיב, it says over there, וירא ויהי בוקר, יום אחד. Was evening, was morning, there was one day. So first we begin with the evening, and then we go into the morning. The Gemara asks, if so, Seifa dektani, at Seifa at the end that we said, Bashachar mevarech shtayim lefanea, we said in the morning, there is a Mishnah later on who says that how many brachot you do before Kriyat Shema. So Bashachar in the morning mevarech shtayim lefanea, 2 before Kriyat Shema, ve'achat le'acharea, and 1 after. What is that? In the morning, first we have Yotzer Or Uvorech Choshech, Yotzer HaMeorot. That's first bracha. And then second bracha, Avat Olam. Abocher B'Amo Yisrael Be'ava, that's the second bracha. That's 2 before Kriyat Shema. Then afterwards we have Gaal Yisrael, which is 1 bracha after Kriyat Shema. That's the morning. U'ba'erev, and in the evening, Mevarech Shtayim Lefanea, Shtayim Le'acharea. We have 2 brachot before, which is Ma'ariv Aravim and Orevet Amo Yisrael. And 2 brachot after, Gaal Yisrael and Ashkivenu. So, if so, when you list, you just gave me a principle. First we're talking about the night, and then we're talking about the day. With that being said, why in that Mishnah we start with the day and then we start with the night? We should be consistent, starting first Arvit in the evening, and then the brachot of the morning. Litni the Arvit Baresha, let's say the Arvit at the beginning. The Gemara answer, Tana, in the first Mishnah, Patach be'Arvit. We started with Arvit. Ve'adar Tani b'Shacharit. So first we explain when in Arvit you're supposed to do Kriyat Shema. The next Mishnah is talking about when Shacharit you're supposed to do Kriyat Shema. Adekai b'Shacharit, while he's explaining Shacharit, and he's about to explain how many brachot we have before and after Kriyat Shema, Parish Mili de Shacharit. First he explained the dinim of Shacharit, Ve'adar Parish Mili de Arvit, and then he explained the dinim of the Arvit. So the reason we started off Shacharit, because since we end off with the times of Shacharit, we started Arvit Shacharit, then we went with Shacharit Brachot, and then back to Arvit. Amar Mar, the master said, Misha Kohanim nichnasim le'echol b'trumatam. The time for Kriyat Shema, when the Kohanim are entering to eat their truma. The Gemara says, Michda, let's see. Kohanim imat kach litruma. When are the Kohanim eating truma? Mishat Tzet HaKochavim, from the time of Tzet HaKochavim, which is 3 stars. If so, Litni Mishat Tzet HaKochavim. The Mishnah should say that the time to say Kriyat Shema from the beginning of Tzet HaKochavim. Why did the Mishnah use from the time the Kohanim eating the Truma? Give me more clear and accurate time. The Gemara answer, Mil, you're right. Mil ta'agavoche kamash banan. The Gemara says, we have a special din, by the way, that being taught to us. What's the side din? Kohanim emat kach lebetruma. When are the Kohanim eating Truma? Mishat Tzet HaKochavim, from the moment of Tzet HaKochavim. So the din of the Mishnah teaching me 2 dinim. He's teaching me 1 din, when is the time to read Kriyat Shema, and another Hidush, that the Kohanim allowed to eat Truma already from the time of Tzet HaKochavim. What's the Hidush about that? Ve'akamash banan. This is the Hidush. The kapara lo me'akva. Kapara is the korban, is not holding them from eating Truma, which means Kohen, if it's tameh for 7 days, on the 7th day he's allowed to go to the mikveh, but he's not becoming pure till the night. The following day he needs to bring korban. The Mishnah is teaching us, although he didn't bring korban yet, the night before, after the mikveh, he's already able to start eating truma. So the chidush is that even though he didn't bring the korbanot on the following day, the night before, he can eat the truma already. Ketetania, like we say in the Braita. Uva shemesh vetaher. It says when the Kohen, when the sun going to come, vetaher is going to be over, the Kohen going to be able to eat from the korbanot, from kodashim. So we're learning, bi'at shimsho me'akavto milechol betruma. What's holding him from eating truma? For the sun to come down. Ve'en kaparato me'akavto lechol mitruma. But the kapara of bringing korban on the next day, that doesn't hold them from eating truma. So the Gemara question, this statement that the sun comes, we assume it came down. Maybe there is another way to explain the pasuk. Umimai, how do we know? Deha yuva shemesh, bi'at shemesh. Yuva shemesh means for the sun to come down. Ve'ai v'taher, taher yoma. Taher means the day became tahor. Dilma, maybe bi'at oro. Uba shemesh means that the sun comes up. Umay v'taher, who is the one who becomes tahor? Taher gavra, the man becomes tahor on the following day. Meaning, how do you know that after dipping in the mikveh, when the sun comes, meaning sunset, and then he can eat? Maybe the sun come means sunrise. And who's taher? The man will be tahor. So maybe the condition to eat truma, it's with the man in the next morning brought korban. How do you know that already from the night before he can eat truma? אמר רבא בר רב שילה, אם כן, if so, לי מקרא ויטהר. If v'taher refers to the person, to the Kohen, we should have said v'yitaher. My v'taher, what's taher means? Taher yoma, the day is gone. Kedeamri, inshi ya'arev shimsha ve'ad chiyoma. Like people says, the shemesh came down, ve'ad chiyoma, and the day was gone. So we're learning the pasuk that the sun came down. If the sun going to come down, the day is gone. This is the time that the Kohen to eat truma, and obviously it doesn't need to wait for the next day. The Gemara just said, conclude this approach in a different way. B'ma'arava, in Eretz Israel, ad Rave bar Shila lo shmi'a lehu. This answer of Rave bar Shila that we meticulous in the words of the pasuk. V'yitaher means the man, does not mean means the man. It doesn't mean the actual. V'yitaher show you that v'taher doesn't mean the man. If it's man, it's supposed to be v'yitaher. So this thought wasn't learned by them. Uba'u lai mibaye. Therefore, they're asking it as a question. Ayu ba shemesh means bi'at shimsho. Is that means that the sun is supposed to come down? Umay v'taher taher yoma, and the day becomes tahor. Or maybe bi'at oro. It's a time for the sunrise. Umay v'taher taher gavra. Is that referring to the morning and the man will be tahor? והדר פשטו לה מברייתא, then the answer from the ברייתא. ודקטנים בברייתא סימן לדבר צאת הכוכבים, since in the ברייתא said that it's a sign for the time the Kohen to eat תרומה, it's צאת הכוכבים, שמע מינה יוסיף from here, ביאת שמשו ובא שמש means for the sun to come down, ומאי ותאר, who is תאר? תאר יומא, meaning the day is gone, and that's the time for the Kohen to eat תרומה. ברוך אדוני לעולם, אמן ואמן.